Okay, one more of these. Um, so here we go. The Dark Knight Rises. I don't know why I didn't see this in theaters. I don't know why. I didn't see this until like 2 years after it came out. So this movie is really interesting because there's so many mixed reviews on it. Some people are like, "Oh, it's fantastic. I freaking loved it, man." Um, Other people like, "It's so stupid. It's horrible. Like, what is this? What is going on? It's terrible." Um, I lean a little bit more to the side of it's good, but not fully. So I'm just gonna talk about the negative things first. For this reason, one of the biggest problem people have with it is its plot holes. Now, when you point them out, they're very obvious, and it's like, yeah, what? Why would they do that? What? How? Huh? Huh? What? I mean, just watch the Honest trailer. They spend like a minute. I don't know, just explaining the plot holes in the movie, and there's a lot of them. But when you're watching it, it doesn't really bother you, you know. And I guess it does feel like, how could there be so many plot holes in a movie like this? Were you not paying attention when you were writing it? I don't know, but it doesn't bother me that much. Now, the biggest thing I have with it is it's a long movie. Well, it's not super long, but it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes, 44 minutes. Um, and that's fine. I love some really long movies. I mean, look, The Lord of the Rings. When I watch those, I watch them all in one day. Actually, I watched all the Batman movies in one day, so I have no problem with a long movie. But there's just a lot of nothing, kind of. Like, there's stuff happening, but I feel like there's nothing, too. Because Batman's just in that hole for so long, which is, I'm fine with that, but it's kind of boring, actually. And the first half, I don't know, just not a lot really happens. Like, there's a lot happening, but nothing really happens. It's just, I don't know. It's just a lot for not a lot for so long. Um, and okay, we'll talk about that later. Now, the opening, what was the opening? I can't even remember what I wrote that down for. Oh, when Bane is in the plane. That scene is pretty cool, honestly. I mean, it just, like, they actually did that stuff with the plane. That's pretty cool. Um, so anyways, it's got a good cast. I think this is my dog just yawned. Um, Michael Caine, probably his best in all the movies. Christian Bale is great, of course. All those other ones. But then you add Anne Hathaway, Tom Hardy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, uh, some other people, some more people. It's just got a great cast, and I like everyone in it. Stop licking yourself. So anyway, yeah, these movies were casted very well, except for the Scarecrow in the first one. I don't. Um, but yeah, Batman in this movie. One thing they actually did was make sure Batman is a vulnerable character. He can, because in this movie, this is probably his strongest opponent. This is his probably biggest battle he has to overcome. Because he definitely struggled in the first two, but there, but for different reasons. This guy is just physically stronger than him. Um, he's got a lot more people behind him. Um, so, Batman's really gotta step up his game. That chant too, the yes, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. That just is cool to me. That kind of sounds like they're saying this is awesome, awesome. Um, yeah, eventually later in the movie, um, I still don't really understand what the plot of the movie was. Basically, there's this guy named Bane, and he's a bad guy, because he's a bad guy, and then he takes over Gotham, which I don't know why no one helped Gotham. Like, I get they're this, like, kind of island somewhere, but, and I know they blew up the bridges, but no one could, like, fly in and help him, or get on a boat and help him. I don't know. But anyways, he kind of takes over Gotham, and then he's just like, I'm gonna blow up Gotham. I still don't get what his point was. And then there's, but she wanted to kill Batman to get revenge. Wait, so was their whole point to just kill Batman? I don't know, really, actually. Shut up. But basically, I do like how when he does take over Gotham, I just like the kind of almost post-apocalyptic type feel to it. It's just kind of cool. And the ending, I thought was actually pretty entertaining. You know, and it feels like there's actually, this is an ending. Like, this is the big, epic, the biggest thing, you know, Batman's got to do. And it does build it up pretty nicely, even though the first half there's really not much there. And everything looks real. Like in the final part where Batman's just fighting Bane in a fist fight, I just really like that, like, few minutes, because everything, you know, it's a real set, the costumes look real, and it's just in the daylight, you know, and there's just snow coming down. It doesn't look like it was trying to be super cinematic. It just looks like a real, you know, thing. The snow does look cinematic, but like just the lighting, it wasn't like over. It just looked like a real thing you would see on the news, and it's not just big explosion flying around, super kicks. They're just punching each other, you know. It's just this, you know. And then it ends, and the way it wraps up, I don't know. I think some people just didn't like it for some reason, but I feel like it puts a nice little bow on the trilogy, and and there's no, oh, we gotta wait for the next one. Oh, there's no next one because we're restarting the DCEU. DC. What's the E? You know, it just, you know, it all comes together and it just ends nicely. It satisfied me. It made me feel like the movie was better than it was. I guess some people don't like. I don't always like a movie with a nice little bow, but here it worked. All right. Now, for as much as I did like the ending, it also kind of did start to feel less like the first two, and sort of become more like a superhero movie. Because after, like, the nice little fist fight, then there's a lot of flying around in his ship, and there's some more CGI and stuff. It is put in there pretty well. The only reason I was really noticing it is because I was like, oh, there's not really, I was thinking about it. I don't know why I really wrote that down as a negative, but I guess it just kind of lost the realism in the end. Even though they were never really that realistic when you think about it. But anyways, the movie definitely could have been better than it was. But for what it was, I liked it. So I'm gonna give it about a 7, maybe 7.5. Just overall, I think I like it less than Batman Begins, but I feel like Batman Begins has more things about it I didn't like. So it's kind of a battle, but The Dark Knight is definitely my favorite. So that's all. I'm gonna talk about The Prestige next, if it's still on Netflix. So that's all, ladies.